Alrighty, the queue has popped. Let's jump into the Stone Vigil. Vigil. We see basically like the insides of a stone castle. Got some of those dragonfly things. Got some spiny lizard things. Got a wyvern, green wyvern. And it looks the castle is in quite disrepair. Some sections are knocked out of the ceiling and walls. Got a machinist, a scholar, and a paladin tank. And paladin is not going to do the running game, so that's fun. Also not great at getting threat on everything, apparently. What the heck?
Yep.
The machinist somehow got threat on something and then never let it go? Honestly, the paladin doesn't have a whole lot more hit points than I do. Well, I guess than the healer does. Okay, we're muting that. See if I can get some music going here. Some more of those dragonfly things. Come on, music. Once again, this music is part of a playlist on Spotify that is supposed to be okay to play on your YouTube and Twitch videos. So, YouTube does keep, like, quote unquote, seeing that I have something on my video that is music. So it marks it as a possible copyright violation, which is fine. It always does seem to not hit me for it, which it shouldn't, because it's not a violation. But anyway, the system seems to be working as it should, I suppose. Pretty much not worth mentioning. What's this buff? Oh, whispering now. Okay. Well, I could find a less emo playlist. I don't mind emo, just doesn't fit as well. Right, we are fighting an actual dragon now. Kind of like a darker green, blackish kind of theme to his skin. Mostly kind of dark green. Dark green black. Gonna be able to hit him with a crit right here. Boom shakalaka. Refresh our damage buff. The tank seems to think that he still has to be in front of the dragon during its breath attack. Couldn't be farther from the truth. This is a weird song. And the dragon is down. Really just, he'll walk to one side of the room in order to do a breath attack. That's about it. Doesn't really have any... I thought he was more complicated than that, but I think it's a different boss I'm thinking of now. Well, I'm gonna get hit by this no matter what, so whatever. I guess this is a good idea. Okay, now one of the mobs we're fighting is one of those Z's. Kind of like the fan neck guard thing. Spinosaurus looking guy that I kind of talk about a lot here and there. Running through some more castle ruins. I mean, the castle is still mostly intact, so ruins is a harsh word for it. Tank might overpull for once here. I've healed this before, and I'm trying to recall if it's just a hard dungeon or
Jack here. Question: is getting 2 of my sausage?
I've had tanks that were hard to heal. It could be like a gear gap where tanks just have not received awesome gear between the last dungeon and this one.
Find a health plan at healthcare.gov during open enrollment. They enjoy more doctor visits, pick up prescriptions, and find the care they need. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 a month or less with financial help. Enroll by December 15th for coverage.
Let me take a couple right turns, go up some stairs, dilapidated stairs, and there's a Drake. Drake's, yeah, I'm gonna call him a Drake. Could be a wyvern. Whatever. This fight is more fun than the others.
Click or tap the banner to listen to Latin Christmas. The perfect Latin tunes to show your espíritu navideño.
He will occasionally target a spot on the ground and do a circular AoE just to avoid it. The other mechanic is that he will fly to the middle of the room and have this tornado mechanic. So you see, I think anywhere between 2 and 3 tornadoes per line, basically, and you just have to avoid them, else you get knocked up, you can't do anything for a minute, and you take damage. Targeted me with a circle ability. That's it. I guess not that interesting, I suppose. But some more tornado mechanic going on. Just gotta find the slot between them, and then move to the other slot that's about to be in vogue. Maybe I should spend some. He also has what they call a tank buster in this game, which is just a single target attack that's focused on the tank. This one's called Spiked Tail. It did like 400 damage. I don't know. Not scary. Strength, Dex, Vitality? Sure. The healer has asked that somebody make an effort to avoid AoEs. I don't know who they're talking about, because I certainly did. And the tank had pulled without the healer being there, so 'cause the healer was typing. So the tank died on a pull of about 5-6 mobs. A few ice elemental sprite thingies. A couple dragon kind of thingies. I died too because I was the next on the threat list. I'm back in the fight after a sprint and a teleport thingy. I don't know who was standing in AoEs that the healer was talking about. I didn't see anybody taking massive damage. Or standing in shit that they shouldn't. I'm not the one healing, so I am not the one paying the most attention to people's hit point bars, health bars, whatever you want to call them. Some wyverns that are running around everywhere because the frickin' machinist keeps grabbing threat, or like attacking them before the paladin can grab threat, which is super fun always. I mean, the paladin just stood in 2 AoEs. Maybe that's what they're talking about? That would be annoying. I could see that. There's a big iron gate that we're... well, not that big. Cutscene fade to black as we run into the final boss. Alphino, Sid, and yourself are here. Hold on. Look, it's the Enterprise. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon, says Sid. And it is a pretty dang big blue dragon with kind of dark purplish blackish spikes on its back. The dragon is not our concern. We have come for the airship, and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare it for launch. Mercy, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes, we may need you to provide a distraction until we are ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you? Yep, that's what I'm here for. That settles it then, shall we, Sid? As you command. I have a strong feeling the group has already started without me. Because that's what they do. The dragon is sleeping. And then you see the black-robed man with the red mask. So you mean to slay Garuda next? Interesting. Most interesting, says La Habrea. And then he kind of teleports out, warps out. And then he's in front of the dragon. And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests, a testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers. The Ixal are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of the Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle, assuming, of course, you live that long. And then he wakes up the dragon with some, like, bolts of dark purple light. And it is angry. Alphino, the dragon, says Sid. Confound it all. La Habrea warps out. Or does this fiery blaze thing before warping out. Turns the entire area to kind of a fiery blaze. Let us see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer. I think my group just beat the frickin' dragon without me. Because I'm still in a freaking cutscene I just heard. Wait. Oh no, I just gained some gear. They are attacking it. Thanks, guys. Super cool of you. So the dragon will fly into the air occasionally, and then you'll see a large column. Like one part of the room is just like he's gonna do a breath attack, kind of a flyover breath attack in that one spot, one part of the room. And then he also has like some circle attacks that he'll drag down. They got him to like 30%. Not my fault. I'm making these videos. I want to watch the gosh darn cutscenes, guys. I'm sorry. Not sorry. I'll use a limit break though. That took 10% off. We watch as the dragon falls down and tries to stumble up to his feet again, but then perishes. Yeah, it's one of those risks I take by doing videos and watching the cutscenes, and we learn about gear condition. Oh, since I died? Yeah. Definitely not giving accommodations to the machinist who kept pulling. Alright, I got a bunch of stuff in my inventory, but let's just keep this going. There's probably another cutscene with Sid and Alphino. Yep. Fade to black, you're looking around. Seeing if La Habrea is anywhere around, I suppose. But there is a floating crystal. Looks kind of like an ice crystal. So it's like a nice neon or turquoise blue. Or just blue, sorry. And then you have one of those darkness all around you, holding the crystal out between your hands, concentric circles with patterns on them, glowing blue circles with patterns on them. You have 5 crystals out of the 6 spots. And then you're back. Mercy? Mercy, are you alright? Speak to me, says Alphino. He smiles as you look at him. 12 be praised. I feared the beast had injured you. I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of that aetheric bubble with a dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. I have quite enough to do already. Which reminds me, Sid is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let us go and see what he has to say. Sid is tinkering around next to the steering wheel. What do you say, Sid? Will she fly? Yes, there will not be a pleasant ride. Alphino does that fists in the hand thing. Well, I dare say it will be no more unpleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in a better state, but if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If all are in agreement, let us return to Gridania. Though I would like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission. Sid walks to the steering wheel, one of those pirate ship kind of wheels, circle, wooden circle with like the spokes on it, and the outside and the inside. This is all so familiar. I know this airship. If I could just... Kind of makes a fist, shakes his head a bit. But it's no use. He stands his hands on the wheel. The wings are kind of fluttering. Let's go. You and Alphino hunkered down. The ship starts to lift off. It's got like 5 balloons in a row, kind of like they look like torpedoes torpedo-shaped balloons, basically, that are on top. They're all white. They're all strapped together, kind of like if you were to sew them all together. Oh, and we've landed. Okay. Alphino, what's up? How I have longed for the more agreeable climate of the Twelveswood. Yet I will not deny the Holy See had its charms. Endless detours aside, our Ishgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We will still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? That kind of rhymed. Alright, anything of use to us? Oh yeah, these hands. Strength 6? That can't be better than what yeah, it's not, sadly. Crit 7, skill speed 10 is pretty cool. But I got 24 here and yeah. Alright. These still might be good for Paladin. Anyway, talk to Sid, let's see what's going on. Into the Eye of the Storm. Cutscene, fade to black. You see Sid looking at the Enterprise from outside of it. It's much different colored now. It doesn't have the white torpedo-shaped balloons that I said earlier. It's got like a blue canopy on top. It calms me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising, you did design and build her. I can't do Alphino's voice. He walks around some ramps and comes to be closer to us. He hands Sid I bear good news. The Seedseers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from her talons, it must needs be soon. Though I am no expert on the workings of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Quite frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees to matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Sid turns to look at it again. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even then, even that may not be enough. Confound it, there must be a way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements? The elements, but of course, that's it. We work upon the element itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see, you propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspect of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Though mayhap not to you, Mercy, we speak of the manifestations of over-aspected aether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind-aspected aether comprising Garuda's barrier into aether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us to the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know a man who might, a scholar by the name of Lambertient, who resides in Camp Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Marquess met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours at a time about his etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was as a result of these conversations that poor Marquess was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Mercy, I need you to return to Thanalin and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. Okay. I'm gonna end this video, get some food stuff going, and probably do some inventory management. And oh, I'm level 50. I'll probably next, after all that inventory stuff, I'll probably do the Dragoon thing. Cool. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. I will make another video, maybe 2, before the night ends. But yeah, laters.